Hey, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new video. As you can see, the setup is slowly coming along. I mean, except for the table's a little, Hannah set it up.
I was forced to. And I'm not Bob the Builder.
But it works for now. And speaking of things that are coming along slowly, the election. Pain. Pain is all we feel for the next few days, I think. Because I guess 2020 wants to keep all of us on the edge of our seats a little bit longer. 2020. How it started. How it's going. So in the meantime, let's just take a look at the less serious world of influencers. More specifically, influencers suing each other. Little did YouTube know the platform they created in 2005 to upload the video Me at the Zoo would turn into the online Discord it is today, where you have massive online creators suing each other. Some are justified and some not so much, but the one we're actually taking a look at today is surprisingly justified. But before we get into that, I would love to mention today's sponsor, Lolly. I rarely ever accept any sponsors whatsoever, mainly because if I don't use the product and enjoy it myself, I'm not gonna promote it to you guys. Luckily, I was already using Lolly before they even got in contact with me, and hey, if you don't know what Lolly is a free browser plugin and app that gives you free Bitcoin when you buy stuff on the internet. They work with 1,000 stores, including Postmates, Best Buy, Nike, and even Sephora. So if that sounds great, you can click the link in the top of my description down below, click add to your browser, and then download, and just like that, it's on the top of your browser. Then you can just go to any web store and Lolly will notify you if you have any rewards available, or you can click on the store icon and select their partners here. In my case, I wanted a tree for this setup right here, so I went to the store icon, sorted after furniture, saw Sam's Club offered up to 9% in cashback, selected my tree, bought it, got my free Bitcoin, and your boy has a tree on his way. And as you can see, I've used this app a lot over the span of this year for hotels, furniture, clothes, and a whole lot of Postmates. Oh, and Bitcoin has doubled pretty much since I started using Lolly, so yeah, my rewards have almost doubled as well, so I'm not complaining about that. If you use my referral link down below, you'll get $10 free on your first purchase on a Lolly partnered website, so it's essentially just free money, because you can cash it out into dollars or your native currency at any point. But back to the video. A couple days ago, a YouTube T channel came out with a video claiming that Tati Westbrook and her husband were being sued by their Halo Beauty business partner. That's Tati's vitamin gummy brand that essentially was the straw that broke the camel's back that made Tati allegedly make these 2 videos on James Charles, which then turned into the entire beauty community dogpiling onto James Charles. Or, well, it pretty much seemed like that at first, but then a year later, we all found out that Tati might have just been in an echo chamber with people who didn't really have James Charles's best interest in mind. And those people may have incentivized her to make a really big deal out of this whole vitamin situation. And of course, everything else that came with the 2 45-minute long videos dropped by Tati. And if I've learned anything from covering the chaos that unfolds on the internet for almost 5 years now, the internet sure is dramatic and emotional. And logic normally doesn't go hand in hand with emotions until a certain amount of time later, where everyone's like, wait, hold the front door. Slam the brakes on this circus bus, things are getting out of hand, ground control to major hair vitamin, get the down here, let's reassess. And still to this day, we don't really know what really happened, since everything was just kind of buried. But not too long after the T channel I was talking about earlier that goes by Without a Crystal Ball released the video about the whole lawsuit situation, she was sued herself by Tati herself. Surprise Pikachu. And from what people are saying, and well, just taking a look at these videos, it seems like Tati has a solid case here.
All day long, I was doing research, you guys. Research, I tell you. Remember how I told you I was going to try to do something where I exposed Tati Westbrook? And I was like looking, and I've been doing this for 2 days straight now, thinking I would find something. When I started digging into her background, and I have looked all over the place, you guys, everywhere, because part of what I do is I like to look into people that sell snake oil to see if they have stuff in their background that would make them less than honorable, something that might indicate that there's something legal going on, they have a criminal background, they have a criminal history, they owe money, they have a reputation for doing all these things. And then when you go to her mother's page or her sister's pages, who are all still there, they're all like, she doesn't exist as a part of their family anymore.
Okay, that's messed up. Why are you lurking around her personal life and stalking her family members that have nothing to do with Tati's online presence? It's not like they're human as well and have their own lives going on and probably don't want anything to do with this insanity. Like maybe they don't show Tati in their personal life because they don't want people like you digging into everything around them because they're obsessed with Tati. Gee, that's a thought. But we've watched about a minute of this, and it's already very invasive. But just like everything else on this channel, it's all downhill from here.
I I started playing around even more and digging through more and more information, going through marriage records and through birth certificates. I couldn't even find her birth certificate, which is weird. There's like 0 records of her father. So then I start going on and I'm like getting into this conspiracy thinking like her dad is dead, or like why doesn't her dad have a job, or her dad's in the mafia. So then I start digging through addresses and phone numbers and email addresses and doing all of these searches and going through businesses and looking at all this different stuff to try to like connect some dots. So I feel like there's a story here with her dad and I'm not sure what it is. We're going to have to keep looking there. And then there's something with her mom too, and I'm just going to have to keep digging. I'll keep digging and keep looking on the Tati stuff, but I don't want to spend, like, I've wasted 2 days now trying to find something.
Okay, that is 100% creepy. Why are you this obsessed with an influencer's life? Like, even if you believe that she's a snake oil salesman, why are you bringing all of her personal life just into the public like this? I guess it's one thing to talk about Halo Beauty, but why are you bringing up her whole family dynamic? That's a bit invasive. This is not a commentary channel. This isn't really a tea channel ever. This is like an obsessive stalker who's monetizing whatever she's finding on her YouTube channel. And also, if you need further clarification to why Tati has a solid case here, the Twitter user I'mFCKN explains it very well here with his Twitter thread. Also, shout out Anon Mafioso for compiling all of this on Twitter and retweeting this whole thread. So it starts with Michael Saltz-esque tweeting, "I will say this genuinely to those who need to hear it. If you're claiming that a public record is your source for a statement, you should probably make sure that that public record actually says what you claim it does. Otherwise, you're the only source of that factual statement." And Racken quote tweeted this saying, "To add clarification on something I keep noticing, which might be confusing to understand, it's actionable if you say something defamatory if you claim is in a public record if it actually is not in that public record. Katie Joy's problem, who I'm assuming is without the crystal ball, is that she does not understand that she's not being sued for her opinion, she's being sued for stating false information as facts upon which to then base an opinion. It's nuanced, but that's how KJ is trying to hide her defamation. I'll give you an example. I think blank is fraud. This statement is not actionable. But how about this? I think blank is a fraud because he took a loan out in his mother's home and stole the equity. This is no longer just an opinion. It relies on a statement of fact about the loan. However, if the thing with the loan never happened, then a false fact has been stated, which can get you sued. So now if you have a fact that's false and hurtful because it was used to make people develop an opinion that blank is a fraud, this is called portrayal in false light. And to add to this whole stupidity, before Without a Crystal Ball was even sued, she was apparently even warned about this.
Then fast forward to last week, and I made a comment that I had been told by someone close to James, which is true, that he was still considering lawsuits, or at one point was considering a lawsuit against people involved in what happened last year. And I suddenly get messages in my DMs from people that this is what they said, and I'm not going to out the person because I don't feel comfortable, but this is what they told me. "I think you should stop posting and delete anything bad about the Westbrooks. And I say that because I want to help you. Please, please, please just trust me." And then they wrote, "I think for your own safety, you should not talk about them. Full transparency, there was a lawsuit pending and they want you to just not mention them, good or bad. They did not ask me to speak to you. I reached out on my own, but I wanted to make sure you are safe and protected." And then they said, "I would maybe issue an apology." And then they wrote this. "I would just say, like, when everything happened last year, it seemed like Tati and her husband wanted to take down their friend over vitamins. But now it's clear that they were simply pawns in a big game of chess, and they apologize to them for what I've put out there and hope that a checkmate is coming soon." So I wasn't manipulated to put that out. I'm not going to take that. I fully put those statements out. I fully made the video. I did everything. So I'm not going to blame the person for saying those things to me. I feel like they were being a little bit manipulative? Yes.
Okay, so she's absolutely not self-aware at all. That video is the icing on the cake for the Darwin Award. And I'm shocked she wasn't called out earlier if her videos are literally her digging up the entire personal life of another creator. But hey, drop a like on this video so more people can see it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this entire situation. If you're new here, I welcome you to my channel. It'd be awesome if you subscribed. Check out the Lolly link below to support this channel and for 10 free dollars on your first purchase on a Lolly partnered site. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Baby, I'm crazy. You know I get so jaded. My mama told me I made it, but I'm still not up on no playlist, and I still hit up on my haters. Everybody else is so faithless, saying if you hate it, don't play it. But maybe I'm the one that needs changing, but I don't really want change, no. Think I get to where I wanna go.